We got some new data today that shows a stronger than expected labor market here in the U.S. The Labor Department says the U.S. added 147,000 jobs in June. That's tens of thousands of more jobs than many economists were predicting. And the unemployment rate also ticked down to 4.1%. CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady is here with me. Why did we see such a strong jobs report based off of those expectations?
Government jobs. So this is really an interesting split, right? We've heard, okay, companies aren't hiring as much. They're slow to replace roles that have been emptied. Maybe people left. But we did see a slowing in growth in the private sector. And so that really comports with what we've seen anecdotally and you and I have been reporting on.
Yeah.
And there's a chart up right now for our viewers, which I find very interesting. We split out where the growth came from in private and public being government. You see April, private was really what was driving it. Same thing in May. And then in June, it goes to half and half. And that's really important because the government jobs, state and local, not the federal government, because of course there's all of those DOGE layoffs, that's coming from education. It's primarily teachers getting hired before we go back to school in the fall. That's not sustainable. And that's where the red flags for me come in because, yes, this was a great headline number. The White House should be celebrating. But when you think about the fact that there's been a slowdown in growth in the private sector, if we didn't see that growth in government, this would have actually been a bad jobs report and might have put some pressure on Chair Powell come July.
Exactly. And so as of now, given the aggregate and the headline number, what does this mean for Powell watch and what happens with that interest rate? Because it seems to me that it's more ammunition just to continue holding. But is that really going to be the case?
Well, you have sat in that room just as I have, and we have heard Powell say, let's wait and see. So I think this gives Powell more ammunition to say, hey, the jobs market is strong.
We're cool.
We don't need to make any rash decisions. We can wait to see how these tariffs impact inflation over the next few months. Now, we did hear from the president. He wants Powell to resign last night. I don't think that this is going to put pressure on them, even though some members of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors have come out and said, hey, maybe it is time for a rate cut. Personally, when you look at the split between that, I would consider, because we have seen that dampening of growth in the private sector. And as I said, that government growth is not sustainable.
So then let's talk tariffs then and impact, because that all plays in together, right? When we ask Chair Powell these questions and we look at all of this economic data, you know, anecdotally, we see tariffs really impacting the jobs market anecdotally. But what does this mean in terms of the actual impact thus far, and then maybe what's coming down the pike August, September, October?
I think what you're seeing, and we saw some of this in a jobs report earlier this week, it was ADP, it essentially looks at the private sector specifically. You are seeing companies not lay people off in mass layoffs. And that's really the fear, right? That companies would say, well, hey, I'm paying more over here. I need to find a way to preserve my bottom line, preserve my profit margins. We are seeing them pause. I guess they're following Powell's lead and they're waiting and seeing. But in August, September, further, if we don't have clarity on these trade policies, which of course that deadline is coming next week, July 9th, then you could start to see it. We have seen a number of big companies like Microsoft come out. They are laying things off, but we haven't seen that mass firing yet, nor have we seen the mass tick up in inflation that economists are worried about.
It's interesting, too, as we're tracking port traffic and what's happening with imports and exports right now. There's just so many pieces of data that are not quite delivering as so many forecasts originally predicted back in April. I think that's pretty interesting.
Absolutely. And I think that's why there's some pressure on Chair Powell, who has said famously, I'm a data guy. I make decisions based on the right now, not the forecast of, hey, what's going on? The data, to your point, doesn't say tariffs are making things fall off a cliff yet.
It is also fascinating. I love to nerd out with you on this stuff. CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.